What's up, YouTube? Archimedes here. Hey, it's kind of been a while, so I thought I would do like a quick update. It is somewhat of a frigid night here in the garage. I haven't looked at the temperature. I've had the heater running and actually just replaced the light. Uh, anyway, do a quick update in the garage here, I guess. I've done a few things since moving into the house and moving into the garage. Actually had to do a lot of swapping with all my storage units or storage capacity up here. It's really heavy on this side over here, and there's I think nearly a 11-foot span in between one side of the wall and this pillar beam here. So I took a majority of the weight, the heavy stuff that I had on that side, and moved it over here, and then kind of put all my camping gear, fishing stuff all over the one side. At least I kind of wanted all that in the middle, but for now I got it where I can reach it. It's close, and I am going to build a bench along this north wall here. And yes, I have acquired a lawnmower. It is a hydrostatic wheel horse by Toro. Yeah, literally only bought it so that I could push my boat in and out of the yard once I get it up and mobile, which I think it's pretty ready for fishing season. I just need to crank it over, make sure it runs, things like that, which I can actually do in the garage now. I have a lot of leftover scrap wood from doing the bathroom, and we'll get to that. This shiesty ass racist door table that somebody used. It's a real thin door. It's very shiesty. Anyway, that's out the door. Deep freeze, that's going. Not sure where I'm gonna put my heater for now. It actually works pretty decent right here. And then, kind of using this stuff as storage for now too. I want to build a workbench along a majority of this wall. So things like my lathe and my drill press, the things that I don't really need a lot of workspace with, I'm probably going to narrow the table down and only have maybe just enough to hold a wooden, the lathe here, just enough to hold that, maybe just a small gap behind it. So if I need just a little bit of wiggle room, I can have that much, but a majority, I don't need that big of a workbench here. So I may kind of widen it once I get down towards this end. I kind of want to I do want to put some tin up along this wall, some type of metal or something, and then hang pegboard on that and have a lot of my hand tools, all my drills, cordless drills, my vice grips, a majority of things that I most commonly use when I'm working on my rigs and stuff. Some of this I shop vac, it's not impressed. Leaf roller's cool. Some of these tools it's a pretty common use for me, so I would like these better organized where I can most easily access them. And as versus if I had a bench that had 2.5 or nearly 3 foot of space from the wall out, it's hard to reach. So I don't want to go through that. It's actually fairly warm in here. I've been doing a lot of cutting on these square tubing. I had to buff them all down and use a wire wheel to buff them all down. A friend of mine's wanting me to build him a bench, so I was actually in the middle of that, and then I got pulled off to go super trucking in Colorado. Currently right now, it's almost 60 degrees. For me, it's just a hair chilly. It's comfortable to sleep in for me, but just too cold to be moving around in. And also along that workbench, I would like to incorporate or build some type of way where I can store my metal. My longer stuff obviously may just have to lay on the floor, but I would like to put that up where I can reach it. I think would be very nice. Just something, all this metal and stuff that I can have. And I'm sorry for shaking around, but it is kind of chilly in here. Not sure what I'm going to do with this shelf here. Did do the bathroom or the garage sink. It is functional. I don't have any hot water on it yet, but I had this cool idea that I can actually have instant hot water. I can't remember. There's a contraption or what they call it, for lack of better terms. It's basically it's instant hot water. You just plug it into an outlet and then anytime you turn that side of the water on, it gets warm, supposed to be like instant warm. And I'm still not fully organized in here yet. I got a lot of organizing I need to do, but I got to finish building that bench first and get it out of the way, get that guy off my back. I got another guy's got an engine for me. I got a four-wheeler that I still need to bring in here, and I mean, right now, I have the room. I just don't want to make the room just yet, not until I get this other stuff built and set up first. Got cabinets in here. Really don't have these organized like I want them, but they have just about all my little bitty stuff that I do use. I kind of, for a majority of this stuff, I think once I get my bench built and get my pegboard and stuff up and installed, kind of situated the way I want, I think a majority of this stuff I want to pull out. Little oil cans, I'm going to be using these, so little stuff like that, and these shop towels. I mean, these cabinets are nice for that little stuff, but really, I could probably use this space here to park my four-wheeler. Bathroom. I am not a carpenter, so let's keep that in mind. But I finished it somewhat, so I mean, it came out okay for me. It's a garage. I'm the only one that uses this, and actually I use it more often than I use the one in the house. It's a mirror. I found some hooks and I put these up. This holds like my welding shirts and welding caps and stuff. Mirror just so I can pick my nose, I guess. Found some old barbed wire out in the field one time, so I kind of strung that up, kind of decorated in here a little bit. Old lantern. Some racing posters that I've collected throughout the years of going drag racing, getting drug all over the country. This is another piece of old barbed wire here that you're not going to find a whole lot of anywhere else. And then the glorious bottom side of the bathroom here that you really don't see. And I mean, I did all this by myself, and it took me a while just bouncing between work and home. And when I got home, I had other stuff I had to do. If you ever just don't have an idea on what to use for an old stoplight, I hung this one up. So anytime you're in the bathroom and you go to turn the light on or off, I would like to enclose this and put maybe a door in its place, just something thin. You have a little more privacy than a shower curtain, because anytime you're in there with the light on, you can see everything that goes on in there. Still, once again, I'm not 100% organized. I've got it in here where I can park my pickup, so I'm okay with that. If I had to, I can pull the boat around and push it in with the lawnmower. And I'd like to build like a tongue off the front of this to where it's got a receiver hitch. This thing's really kind of hard to steer once you've got the boat on the back of it. So, and I'm used to pushing airplanes from the front, so pushing the boat around would be no obstacle to me. So yeah, once again, I've been in here for a couple months, and I'm still not 100%, not like 100% adjusted, I guess, if you will. But I'm coming up with a few ideas I think I'd like to build or to install or whatnot. I do desperately want to change the lighting, but until I get the bench installed, I don't know where I want my lighting. I do want just a hair longer welding table, so instead of a 4-foot, I want a 6-foot. So I really feel like that would help. I wanted a little more heavy duty, if you will. I mean, I still have enough room that I can pull my pickup in here and still maneuver around my welding table. So I'm not going to complain about that. I mean, if I have to have my pickup in here, I can. As far as like welding or anything like that, I doubt that I'm going to do it while I'm in here. But I guess, you know, once I get my workbench built, I think that is going to change a dramatic amount for me. So with that being said, until I got to get this other guy's bench built first. Not that he comes first, but the material is his. So whatever's left over after that becomes mine. He said he doesn't want anything to do with it. He just wants his bench built, and I kind of owe him a favor anyway. So I'm going to build him the bench, and then from there, the material that's left over, I can build with whatever I want. And then there's some other small pieces of scrap that he gave me, some flat iron, stuff like that, and some channel, which I don't have a use for it right away, but steel's not cheap. So, I mean, if somebody wants to hand it out, I'll take it. Got some repairs I got to do to this lawnmower before I can mow with it. There's some belts on it that were no good. It was $500, so I guess it's cheap, but it is a hydrostatic mower, so I feel like I can get better use out of it than I get out of just a regular mower. And there's nothing specifically fancy about this, but I think there's a couple other things I'd like to do with it, make like maybe a snow pusher or something out of that. I can buy small hydraulic cylinders cheap, and I know how to work some of that stuff on a smaller scale. So once again, I just still have a little more organizing, a little more to-do list, you know, and then biggest bench. And a majority of this lies on, I mean, as far as the walls go, those lie on what my wallet can put out. So right now I'm not getting a lot of overtime. Work hours are kind of cut back to just standard hours. We're not crazy busy, and we're not doing any super trucking during the winter. So it's nice for a change, but it's taken my wallet's toll. So anyway, I thought I would do a quick run around, let you guys see kind of how I'm set up. I think when I parked at my pickup, the back end of it comes to about right here. So I still have nearly 10 foot worth between here and the wall. So I'm sure I'll have plenty of room to park my four-wheeler in here. And I still have room. You can nearly open the passenger door almost all the way once it's inside here. And then with the bandsaw here, I'd actually like to face it a different direction and maybe put it in its place of my metal rack. And from there, you know, just some little bitty changes, stuff like that. My driver's door does hit this, but it's nearly all the way open. I can get in and out of it perfectly fine. So once again, I mean, yeah, it seems like once I got my pickup parked in here that it's not that big, but this is quite substantially bigger than what I anticipated on having. So I'm still excited about it. It's just draining somewhat on my energy. But I still think that it's got a lot of potential. I did hang a TV up in here, and I was actually hoping that it would connect to the Wi-Fi in the house, and it does not this far away. It's a really good TV. It was cheap. I've had it for probably 8 years now. It's a Philips. It's Bluetooth. It's Wi-Fi. I thought maybe I could use it, catch a baseball game on TV or something once in a while, get some friends over, have a couple beers, catch a game. I thought would be cool. Just somewhere I can have my man cave and workshop all in one, you know. So until next time, I guess we'll thanks for watching, and I'll try to keep y'all posted as much as possible. We're coming in wintertime, so it actually takes a little bit to heat this garage, but it actually stays warmer for a little bit longer. Throughout the time I was buffing down these square tubing joints here, I had the heater running and I had the door open, so it built up that much heat on me, and then with the door open kind of helped sweep some of that out, but I was also using that to relieve the dust. And with that, there is definitely going to be an exhaust fan. That has got to happen, but I need to face that in a position where it's not going to put me in a position where I'm going to be fighting the weather against that. So if it's facing south, it's going to hit the wind during the summertime. If it's facing north during the winter time, where I'm going to have more time in here, it's going to have a lot of blowback if I'm using it. If I put it facing out back, I don't think that would be that much, because that's the alley back there, and I don't want it out front because that's where I'm going to park my pickup if I'm in here working. So little stuff like that I'm trying to keep in mind. Once again, I still got a long ways to go. I've only been in this house for a couple months and really haven't had that much time to, like, full days to work on it. Still trying to do stuff in the house, actually I was doing the bathroom in the house too, so did a couple light fixtures in there, things like that. And one of these days, maybe I can do a video, kind of a walkthrough on my house, show you kind of how it's set up. And I'm still not done with that either. I got a long way to go, but I'm going to be here for the next 30 years probably. So any money put in is not any money that you're not going to get back, not with the house anyway. So anyways, thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time.